Okay, so you open up your game and you're like, okay, I want to main a character that is annoying but cool, but also swag. So you pick Psylocke, but you don't know how to play her. Well, I got you with a guide, easy as shit. All you gotta do is like two or three combos, and then you just gotta worry about like your play style. So I think Psylocke gets the most
Everything in this place feels so
out of her
familiar,
kit when she's
and yet so
played and
strange.
positioned correctly.
Here they come now.
A lot of
Step
duelists, they'll
aside.
go like head on with like team fights and kind of like build up ult charge. Well, this character
You
is
lose,
just different.
demon.
This character is one of those sneaky characters. If you've ever played like Overwatch or Overwatch 2, this character is pretty similar to like Genji. Um, and basically, what you want to go for are one-off picks on squishies. Squishies are going to be your main targets. So Luna's, any healer basically. Uh, don't try to waste your time on tank. I would say the only times you should be shooting at tanks is when there's like nothing else to really do. There's no really like I don't know. There's not like a good time to like get in there. Um, One of the big things on Psylocke is that you're always going to be wanting to do damage. Um,
The enemy
so let
has
me
arrived.
just let me just get into some basic stuff. The first things that you're going to want to learn are her combos. So Luna is a 275 health hero. The combo that I like to do for her is a left click, a right click, another right click, and a left
You
click.
lose, demon.
Left, right, right, left. So this is what it should look like,
Double kill.
and it kills pretty quickly. Um, Obviously, in a perfect world, that's what it's gonna look like. But in your games, the Luna's gonna be running around. You got to be careful not to get CC'd, and that's where her E comes in clutch. Her
Out of
E
sight.
is an invisibility. She is invisible for I think it's 3 seconds, and she walks a lot faster. Um, it's such a slight detail, but it does come in pretty clutch.
The
Just be
enemy has
aware that
arrived.
people can kind of see where you're heading to when you're invisible. So say this Luna wants to like fight me. I'm in their backline. I want to assassinate a healer. Luna sees me, and I'm low health. I'm gonna pop E, and what I like to do is if I pop E looking this way, they're
Farewell.
gonna assume I'm going here, so they're gonna pre-fire me. And if you get pre-fired in your invisibility, they can see you for I think a split second. So what I like to do is let me just turn off cooldowns. I like to kind of just
Farewell.
go the other way, kind of juke them out, um, to make them think that you're going this way. They're just gonna pre-fire this way anyway. Uh, I like to just
Farewell.
kind of go the other way.
Step aside.
Once you hit like plat, um, I think platin up, people start to kind of like realize
The
that
enemy has
you're kind of
arrived.
juking them out, so they're kind of just gonna like aim both sides just around. Um, but you will get away with this most of the time. I've only been like kind of like hard red a couple times. Um, but yeah, you should be getting away with
Sayonara.
this. This is your getaway card. This is also a pretty good card to get in there. So say this Luna's out in the open, her team's right here. There's not like cover and stuff. You want to sneak up on her.
Farewell.
I think they can hear your footsteps.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure they can, but with all the gunfight and like all that stuff going on, they don't really hear you. You're a little quieter than most characters. Also, when you're engaging in 1v1s or trying to get a pick, you're always going to want to have at least one dash ready. The dash is actually really cool. There's a lot of things that go into the dash that makes it
Here they
pretty
come
good.
now.
First off, it's a great movement ability.
Step aside.
So if there's ever a jet ult on the floor, you can just dash directly up. That'll save you. If a target is low health like this, you can dash in them and it should finish them off. That Luna was a little bit higher in health. It's one of those things. It's a good finisher and it's a good movement tool. Something I really like about the dash too that you should keep in mind is your right clicks. So you see how the right click is a 2 thing? You have to recall it in 3 seconds. It does the most damage. It's the best move in her kit. And the cool thing about her right click is that you don't have to right click again. You can dash in them and it'll recall and do the damage as well. So let's try that one more time. I'll show you with one normal one. Right?
The enemy has
And
arrived.
then I'll show you. Hold on, let me get her full health again. With one of these. Well, it hits her twice. But point is, that right click with the dash is really fast and it can kill really fast. So just keep that in mind. Very fast. Also, if you can't really kill a hero and you're right next to them, always hit them with the melee. A lot of heroes in this game, their melees are pretty short range, but PSYLOCKE's melee is, as you can see, it goes kind of around her. Like, I'm not even really looking at her. So don't be afraid to, you know, pop out a melee. It does the job. Doesn't do too much damage, but it can definitely finish off targets. Am I forgetting anything else in combo wise?
The enemy has arrived.
I don't know. We'll see. So some good tips as well. So if you're going against like Punishers or any hero like Bucky's, heroes that are like aiming, you know, snipers, Hellas, people that are just shooting, something I really like to do in 1v1s is I like to dash
Step aside.
up. I notice a lot of people dash directly in them, but when you're dashing directly in them, they can just easily headshot you because, you know, you're just moving forward and you're just becoming a bigger target. So what I like to do is dash upwards. It breaks their ankles. You have no idea how hard it is for other people to just fucking look up. So if I'm ever in a 1v1 with like I don't know, somebody who's shooting, I like to dash up, kind of break their ankles, and then just finish them off. Her ult is really good. It's pretty easy to fuck it up though. I'd say the biggest tip I have for her ult, and something that a lot of people should be doing, is to be in the sky when you ult. Never raw dog ult. And what I mean by raw dog ult is going in front of them and just hitting one of these. Don't ever do this. You can get CC'd pretty quickly. I don't know if you saw in the beginning of the ult, but in the beginning of the ult, she'll say a voice line. People can kind of sense what you're gonna do if you're standing in a pit like this of squishies. They're probably gonna be like, yeah, he's gonna ult. You can get Luna CC'd, you can get frozen, you can get stunned, you can get hooked, and it'll cancel your ult. The good thing about PSYLOCKE is that her ult, you get it pretty fast. So don't be afraid to use your ult on like 2 or 3 squishies or something. You do get value out of that. I'd say it's always worth it if you kill a healer. Even getting one healer, I honestly think it's worth it, because you get her ult back so fast. But anyways, what you want to do with her ult, you're always going to want to dash in the air and then pop it. I don't know if you've noticed, but when I dash up, there's a little bit of like a fall off like movement. I guess it's kind of like you have that extra like movement of just falling forward. So I do the same thing. I'll show later when I do a quick play, because right after this I'm going to do a quick play to show how I position myself. Every time I get out of spawn, I like to double dash into an E. This will get you to point the fastest. But always dash up a little bit. Always jump when you dash, because you'll get that extra bit of range on her dash. And the good thing about that is when you pop your ult, you'll have that extra momentum. That's the word, momentum. Also, when there's a flying character on top of you, you kind of want to aim up a little bit when there's a flying character. So say there's an Iron Man in the sky. You notice you're not hitting him, you kind of have to like look up a little bit at the Iron Man and it'll get him. It's a little finicky. Some things to keep in mind with your ult, very important things. Say you're on a site, on a capture point, it's overtime, you're the last person alive, do not ult. When you ult, that counts as you not being on point. Again, I will say this again. If you ult on point, it will take you off of point. It does not count as you being on the point. Also, if there's nobody in your circle, you will do the full ult animation and get nobody. So keep that in mind. You can't cancel your ult. Once you pop the ult, you're popping the ult. I always like to have one dash right after my ult. So after I finish, I can dash out, E out maybe. Always have one exit option. As a PSYLOCKE, it's very important to note, you should never be dying a lot. You should have the least amount of deaths on your team. Why? Because one, you are a squishy character, but you have so many get out options. Your E is a get out option, your shifts are a get out option, and also a very important thing that I just realized I forgot to say, always be shooting at something, right? You know, if you're not able to like get in there and it's a team fight, it's okay to kind of farm ult. I'd say at 87% shoot at tanks just to farm your ult quickly.
Here they come now.
Just make sure you're always shooting something, but at the same time try not to give away good positions that'll benefit you. But always be shooting at targets or at anything, honestly, because I don't know what the percentage of like speed is on regaining certain abilities, but with PSYLOCKE, so quick test, we're gonna right click here. Let me do that one time. Oh, let me take off cooldowns. So cooldowns are pretty important in this game, and the cool thing about PSYLOCKE is that when you do a right click like this, there's going to be an 8-second cooldown on the bottom right of your screen on your HUD. But if you shoot another character, it speeds up the cooldown number. So if I right click this person, I can left click somebody else or that same person, and I'll have my right click back pretty fast. Same thing goes with the shift as well. So if I use up both of my shifts, my cooldown's at 10 for a dash, and it's gonna take all the 10 seconds. But if I'm shooting somebody, I'll get that cooldown a lot faster. Every little bit of damage counts, so the more damage you're dealing, the faster your cooldowns are gonna be, and the faster you can get a dash or an E or another right click. As for her kit, I think that's basically it. The bread and butter combo that you're going to be usually doing is a left click into a double right click into another left click. And if you want to get technical and sometimes you don't have a right click available, you can do some dashes. I like to do this thing on tanks. This works a lot of the time when there's a tank at like half health, because you shouldn't be shooting at tanks a lot, but obviously you're gonna come into situations where you're supposed to kill a tank. Something I really like to do, and it always catches them off guard, especially shield tanks, is your shift is a melee ability. So tanks with a shield, you're not going to be able to shoot them. However, if they're holding up their shield, say it's a Magneto or a Strange, you can do a shift and then another shift back, and it'll confuse them so much that they'll turn around, and it will deal all of the damage because it counts as a melee. Melees go through shields, It'll turn them around, leaving them exposed to you or even some teammates of yours, and you can finish them off. Don't get me wrong, you're not supposed to be shooting tanks that much. However, she can shred tanks, so don't be scared to 1v1 a tank. Honestly, you can win those if you're just locked in. If you do the shifts and break their ankles, position yourself correctly, you can definitely 1v1 and kill a tank. As for her kit, that's basically it. I'm gonna go into a quick play match, and I'm gonna show you how to position yourself. This is kind of how I play PSYLOCKE. I'm not saying I'm the best PSYLOCKE, but I do understand this character fundamentally. I'd say the only thing I really have to improve on is, I guess, my aim. But other than that, I think I kind of got her positioning kind of down. So let's go ahead and go into a quick match real quick. This should find a game in like a second. Okay, so we have a domination. It's gonna be one of those capture maps.
Pick your hero. Or villain.
We're gonna
I'm not
insta-lock
judging.
PSYLOCKE.
My order is sharp.
Chat. This is important tech. Important tech. Important tech. You scroll wheel down, double click. Scroll wheel down, double click, and don't forget this tech, okay? You go to settings, go to your teammates, and mute all of them. Just mute them. Important tech. Don't forget that combo. That is the best combo. As a PSYLOCKE main, mute your teammates.
Everything in this place feels so familiar.
You're not gonna get
And yet so
anything good
strange.
out of their mouths. Pause.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
I actually fucking hate this map. I think this is an okay map for PSYLOCKE. But honestly,
I thought we were supposed to be on the same side,
I don't know.
Frank.
I kind of struggle on this map. It's very close quarters.
I'll be sure to remember
But it's
that.
fine.
And when it does,
There is a nice little
the battle starts
kind
in
of, I would
5,
say, rollout.
4,
I guess. I
3,
don't think that's the
2,
word.
1.
But I like to go dash forward.
Got it?
And see, I'm only using that E there for the extra speed. But I like to break that. It gets me into a nice little position right here. It's all about positioning with this character, remember. You don't really have to have that good of aim, honestly. So here we're going to see that team fight. There's another PSYLOCKE.
That's better.
And they have another...
Looks like the missionary.
Okay, she was low health, so I went for the dash on her. As you can see, I couldn't really get that combo off, the left click, right click, left click, but it works out. It works out.
Missionary is yours.
See, when there's nothing really to do right here,
Step aside.
just focus on positioning yourself. I can hear footsteps. Here's a tank. Oh, I didn't have a dash ready. You can just exit. See, it's pretty easy to just get out this character. We're gonna go for the healer first, not this mag.
Farewell.
Get some heals from your teammate. I think there's a cloak and dagger here.
That's better.
I'm not gonna win that 1v2. There's a healer and a tank. It's just not worth it. Pick your battles with this character for sure. You gotta remember you're squishy.
Anyone willing to help?
So there's, I think, 3 people up here. I kind of went up here without another dash.
Keep going.
I got another healer here. That guy's finished off. Let's go for this PSYLOCKE here.
Out of sight.
Now we E.
You got hurt.
Do the combo on the PSYLOCKE. That Loki's one. You want to go for the healers first. Remember that squishies and healers are your priority targets. We have our ult ready already. What we can do here is we should expect at least 2 to 3 here.
Step aside.
Luckily, we can do this. We can do this. honestly, I didn't get any value. Actually, no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I forgot that Loki could just get out of that. Oh, also, an important note, Loki is a counter. Loki is a counter because his healing totems, or whatever they're called, those out heal your ult. So always keep that in mind. So they have point here. We're just gonna peel back a bit. We're gonna get rid of these clones right here. Go for the Loki, and then there's the second healer. I gotta back up here. I think we lost that. No, we won that. Good for us. Always try to play sneaky. Always have a get out card ready. That ult was really bad. I don't think I should have ulted there. I kind of wanted to force an ult to show you what's the best way to get a good ult. You know, get the most out of it. But we'll just try that again. The good thing about this character, again, she gets her ult really fast. So if you fuck up an ult like that, it's totally fine. You'll get it back in like a minute.
You could be an excellent sparring partner.
Currently, I'm more interested in fighting against our
Yeah.
common foes.
When this battle is won.
Also, a very important thing to
We'll have to let this
take
monster
note
choose.
of is the more people that are inside of your ult, the less likely you are to kill somebody. Just because her ult works in a funny way. It hits everybody, but one at a time. It kind of does like a thing where it takes turns to everybody else. So if there's like one person in the ult, they'll take every hit back to back. If there's two people, it'll do 1 2 1 2. It takes about 2 to 3 hits for a character to die. She does a lot of damage, but let me see if I can get this. She's too low. She was too low, but she was getting healed. Oh, I thought I had that. I thought I got that bubble. My bad. But yeah, when you're looking for an ult, try to go for the healers when they're grouped up. And make sure it's about 2 to 3. 2 to 3 people, maybe 4 if you're getting a damage boost or they're low. But that should confirm a kill. Killer 2. Okay, that guy's just going for me. So her E's really strong. It's just a great get out card. Fucking diffed. So we almost have our ult here. We can farm it by shooting a ting from afar. And just like that we get it. Go in here. Pop it. He swallowed all of them, but that's fine. That's very well.
Behold the god of thunder!
A lot of get out options. Oh wow. A lot of get out options. I think that's a prime example of a get out option. He was about to ult me. I wait till last second, I just dash out. Dash is really strong with her. Her E is really strong. She's a great character to learn. Just a very high skill ceiling. And some of her combos might not work in like games, but it's a little situational. Let's see if we can get that much in.
This will do nicely out of sight.
See, I wanted to go for her, but I only had 1.5 dashes. so it just wasn't worth it. You gotta keep in mind how many skills you have available.
Farewell.
Keep an eye on your cooldowns.
This will do nicely.
I hear footsteps. See her.
Out of sight.
Oh, she shot me.
That's
Again, she can hear my footsteps. You can see in the replay, she can hear me going right side, so she pre-fires it and gets me. But when you're in a back line, most of the time, you'll get away with it, just because there's so many other sounds going on, so it's fine. Gonna eat here.
Did that hurt? Good.
Get rid of the magic.
They've almost got it.
Your powers are mine!
We almost have ult again.
God's might!
You're mine.
Keep fighting until we have a winner. Double KO.
Here we should get the Thor.
Be proud
Okay.
of what you did here.
Don't be afraid to push up a little bit. Okay, some people are already back from their spawn. You always want to be a little sneaky with this character.
That's better.
That totem is pretty annoying. This character does a lot of burst damage, so let's see if I can get there in time. I can't. This character does a lot of burst damage, a lot of damage really quickly, and if anything gets out healed,
My light cannot
it'll
be
be a situation where you're gonna have to get out or play for cooldowns.
You've captured more than half of the mission area.
So let's
going.
keep in mind where our team is at right now.
Control lost.
We're gonna back up a little
Let's
bit,
keep fighting until we have a winner.
wait for somebody to touch.
Sayonara.
Touching with this character is always a little hard, just because he can die pretty quickly. And I think an E also counts as you not being on site. I think that's a very important thing. See, I'm glad I played a quick play during
Demons,
this
yokai,
like
and
guide,
villains.
just because I remember certain things.
Just the same.
So when you use E,
Out of sight.
this counts as you not being on point. You can be standing on point, but if you're on E,
Get ready.
it counts as you not being on point.
Be strong together.
Also, your dash is a little bit
A little.
predictable. Your dash just goes forward. So if you're trying to contest point and you're trying to dodge some attacks, I'm sure you can get away with like a dodge, like with like any kind of attack thing, but
4, 3.
that's only it's only so much. You can just dodge and then get shot right after.
Got it.
Out of sight.
Take a cosmic cloud.
Most players will know
Any day.
where you're dashing. You can't just dash left, right, backwards. It's always forwards. So keep that in mind. We have a Majik here.
Together to
Let's press E and then get the jump on her. She's gonna get a heal, so we're gonna back up a bit. Because we don't have any cooldowns. If you look at our bottom right, we only have one dash.
Against the world.
The mission area is yours.
Farewell.
Time
We're at 85%. Let's go ahead and get some ult charge from these clones. Never mind, that doesn't give you ult charge. See, I'm learning things too. And we dash out. Very easy get out card. We should be getting healed here. I'd be surprised if we don't. Okay. Okay, we have ult. Let's look for a good ult here. This is fine. We get one healer here, and then position ourselves behind this wall. I don't know if you saw that, but while my ult was going on, I was trying to position myself in a good spot to end off my ult. We're getting chased here.
Captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
No, she gets heals. That's crazy.
Control lost.
Yeah. If she didn't get healed there, I would have popped her shit. It is what it is.
Be your best self.
Again,
My
if
life
we
cannot be snuffed.
press tab here, you can see that I'm only 6 deaths, and I shouldn't be dying a lot.
Out of sight.
As this character, you should not be dying a lot. You have a lot of get out options. If you're dying a lot on this character, you gotta focus on having backup cards to get out of bad situations. Also, make sure you take a look at your positioning and what fights you're taking. So we're gonna do some damage on this Thor and dash up. Again, we have very good vertical movement. Press E, and just like that, it doesn't know where we are.
The god of thunder!
Even interactions like this, having that Thor chase me, that wastes a lot of their time, and it's just it's a net positive for this character to be a distraction. I think this character gets a lot of value out of being a nuisance, a distraction. Now there are some low-key clones up there. Those are going to be pretty annoying. Another character to keep in mind that's going to be pretty annoying to play against is Namor. Namor turrets will be fucking annoying.
Your team's capture progress has passed the halfway point.
Again, this character is like a flanker, assassin, so
Step aside.
pick your fights, position yourself well.
Sayonara.
This Majik should be chasing us, hopefully.
What am I? A nice deep freeze.
Leave them to Khonshu!
All we have to really do is just annoy them. Me annoying this Majik is value.
Let's keep fighting until we have a winner. Double KO. That's 3.
Your day ends.
Be your best self. Control lost.
It's gonna be hard to take that.
Farewell.
Let's go into this here. Let's go for this Loki.
Step aside.
Time to drain.
Unlucky. Always be very sneaky with what you're doing. This is kind of a radish character, so.
Reborn.
And there we go. That's a good example of when not to ult. That PSYLOCKE was on point, but she popped ult. And again, if you remembered just from 5 minutes ago, ulting as PSYLOCKE counts as you not being on the point. So yeah, that's going to be the guide. If you have any more questions, make sure to ask me. And yeah, have fun playing this character. This character is good. This character can solo carry comp games for sure. Very high skill ceiling, very fun character. Yeah. Yep. Bye bye.